What happens when America's sweetheart finally reaches her breaking point on live television? You're about to witness one of the most unforgettable moments in morning show history as Kelly Clarkson clashes with Jenna Bush Hager in a tense exchange that spirals completely out of control. Before we get into this fiery confrontation, make sure to subscribe and share your thoughts on celebrity interviews that take a wrong turn. The morning began like any other on the Today Show set. Kelly Clarkson had arrived to discuss her new album and upcoming tour. The atmosphere in the studio was bright and easygoing as the camera started rolling for what everyone assumed would be a cheerful segment. Jenna Bush Hager, co-hosting the show, smiled warmly as she introduced the Grammy-winning artist. "We're back with the amazing Kelly Clarkson," Jenna announced brightly. "Kelly, it's such a joy to have you here this morning. Your new album is getting so much love from fans." Kelly smiled politely. "Thank you, Jenna. I'm really happy to be here." Jenna leaned forward, her tone casual but her question sharp. "There's been some talk lately about your personal life. How do you manage to stay strong in the industry while going through, let's say, personal challenges?" The air in the studio seemed to shift. Kelly's smile faded just slightly, and viewers could sense her discomfort. She had come to talk about her music, not her private matters. "I'm here to talk about my album," Kelly replied calmly but firmly. "That's what I'd really like to focus on." Jenna nodded, though her eyes showed she wasn't done. "Of course. But Kelly, your fans really admire your honesty. Isn't it important to share the real side of yourself, too?" Kelly's jaw tightened. She had been asked intrusive questions before, but this one felt different, more deliberate. "My authenticity is in my songs," she said, her tone stronger now. "That's where people can see the real me. I don't need to unpack my private life on TV to prove that." The tension was building. Producers behind the scenes were beginning to worry as the mood on set changed. Still, Jenna pressed on. "But Kelly, you've talked about your divorce and your journey as a single mom before. Don't your fans deserve to know how you're doing?" That was the moment everything cracked. Kelly's eyes hardened. "Deserve to know?" she repeated. "My fans deserve great music. They don't deserve to have my pain turned into entertainment." Jenna looked startled, but quickly tried to regain control. "Kelly, you're being a bit defensive." "It's just a conversation." Kelly's voice rose. "A conversation? This feels like an interrogation. I came here to talk about music, not to be psychoanalyzed on national television." The studio went silent. Even the crew seemed frozen, sensing something rare was unfolding. Jenna's co-hosts glanced at each other, unsure whether to intervene. "Kelly, I think you're overreacting," Jenna said, her tone sharp now. "This is how interviews work. We ask, you answer." Kelly suddenly stood up, her voice cutting through the silence. "That's how this works?" "No, Jenna, let me tell you how it really works. You sit there and poke at people's pain and you call it journalism. You think a camera gives you the right to every part of my life?" Jenna flinched. Kelly was no longer the polite guest she'd been moments ago. She was furious, raw, and completely unfiltered. "Kelly, please sit down," Jenna said nervously. "We're live!" "Oh, I know," Kelly snapped. "That's why you thought you could ambush me. You assumed I'd stay polite because the cameras are rolling." Producers were panicking in the control room, debating whether to cut to commercial, but no one could look away. One co-host finally spoke up. "Maybe we should calm down." "No," Kelly interrupted sharply. "Don't try to fix this. Jenna's been trying to use my personal life for ratings." Jenna's face turned red. "I was doing my job, Kelly. I asked the questions viewers want answered." "Your viewers?" Kelly laughed bitterly. "You mean the ones who like seeing women fall apart on TV? The ones who enjoy watching pain?" "That's unfair," Jenna argued, standing up now. "I ask tough questions because that's journalism." Kelly's tone dropped to a chilling calm. "Journalism? Real journalism would be about my music, my craft. You didn't even ask about the album. You came armed with tabloid gossip and called it work." The air in the room felt heavy. No one dared move. Jenna took a breath, trying to sound composed. "Kelly, this outburst is unprofessional. Our viewers deserve better." Kelly's eyes narrowed. "Unprofessional? I've worked my whole life for my career. I've won awards, sold millions of records. And you think I need a lecture on professionalism from someone who ignores the actual reason I'm here?" Jenna opened her mouth, but Kelly cut her off. "Every question you've asked has been designed to make me look small. You've ignored my art just to dig into my private life. A co-host tried again to step in, but Kelly turned to him. Don't pretend this is normal. It's not okay to attack guests and call it journalism. Jenna's voice trembled. Nobody attacked you. I asked fair questions about your life. Fair questions? Kelly shot back. You asked how I'm coping like I'm a victim. Those aren't fair. They're manipulative. The tension was unbearable. Everyone knew they were watching something that would be replayed for years. Jenna finally snapped. Maybe the problem is that you can't handle honest questions. Kelly stared at her coldly. Honest questions? A real one would be about my songwriting process or what inspired my new sound. A real question would show you listen to my music. Jenna crossed her arms. Those are easy questions. Our audience wants substance. Kelly's laugh was sharp. Substance? You think exploiting pain is substance? That's not journalism. That's voyeurism. In the control room, producers were shouting. Some said to cut. Others wanted to keep rolling. Jenna's face was flushed with anger. Every celebrity deals with this, Kelly. It's part of being famous. Kelly's voice turned icy. No, Jenna. That's part of a toxic system you help feed. You build people up, then tear them down. Jenna fired back. I'm not exploiting anyone. I'm doing my job. Your job? Kelly repeated. Your job is to inform, to inspire. Instead, you dig into wounds for views. Jenna's temper finally broke. How dare you accuse me of that? I've been respectful, Kelly's voice thundered. Respectful? You ignored everything I came here to talk about. You made this about drama, not music. A co-host tried again to redirect. Maybe let's discuss the tour. Don't, Kelly warned. This is beyond repair. Jenna clenched her fists. The only damage here is your meltdown. Kelly shot back. Standing up for myself isn't a meltdown. It's called having boundaries. I didn't cross any boundaries, Jenna said weakly. Then explain, Kelly challenged. Explain why you ignored every music-related topic my team sent. Explain why every question was meant to make me emotional. Jenna went silent. Kelly nodded slowly. That's what I thought. You wanted this moment, didn't you? The breakdown, the drama. That's what sells. That's not true, Jenna muttered. Kelly sighed. The sad part is you could do better. You could use your platform to lift people up, not tear them down. For the first time, Jenna looked shaken. I didn't mean... It doesn't matter what you meant, Kelly interrupted. What matters is what you did. Kelly unclipped her microphone, placed it on the chair, and said quietly, I'm done here. The silence that followed was deafening. Jenna looked stunned. Kelly, you can't just walk out. We're live. Watch me, Kelly replied and started toward the exit. She paused, turned back, and said, I hope someday you learn the difference between being a journalist and being a predator. Jenna's face went pale. Kelly walked steadily toward the edge of the set as producers shouted behind the scenes. Kelly, wait, Jenna called. Can we talk about this? Kelly stopped but didn't turn around. Adults don't ambush each other, Jenna. Adults respect boundaries. Jenna took a step closer. I was just trying to connect. Kelly finally faced her. Connect? You think making me relive my pain on camera is connection? Jenna tried to respond, but nothing came out. Kelly shook her head. You did this because drama gets views. Because controversy is easier than art. I do understand your art, Jenna insisted weakly. Kelly raised a hand. No, you don't. If you did, you'd have asked about my songs, my creative choices, my message. But you didn't. You wanted emotion, not music. Jenna stood frozen as Kelly's words landed. Kelly turned again toward the exit. If this is normal, she said, then the whole system is broken. Where are you going? Jenna asked. Somewhere people care about art, not gossip, Kelly replied. Before walking off, she looked into the camera. To anyone in media watching this, remember your guests are human beings, not storylines. They deserve respect. Then she looked at Jenna one last time. Think about what kind of journalist you really want to be. With that, Kelly Clarkson walked off the Today Show set, leaving behind silence, shock, and a moment that would never be forgotten. What do you think? Was Kelly right to stand her ground, or did things go too far? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.